When the holidays start to feel a bit repetitive, reach for a Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry and put your twist on tradition. A bold cranberry and winter spice flavor fusion, Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry is a refreshing way to shake things up this sipping season. And only for a limited time. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
Oh, Hilton stay, your beds are soft and cozy. No lumpy couch, no stiff futon, no shower line at crack of dawn. Oh, Hilton stay, a holiday you're saving.
When you want holiday comfort you can count on, it matters where you stay. This season, enjoy spacious, comfortable rooms and friendly service when you book with Hilton instead. Hilton for the stay.
My name is Ryan Pack, and this is Soundtrack Your Life, where we speak with the guests about a soundtrack that is important to them. Today, our guest is musician Sean Griffin. He just released the single I'm in Love for Christmas in November, and he also released singles this year. The songs Rock Off and People Are Mad. So welcome to our podcast, Sean.
Ryan, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
So, Sean, people may know you from also being in the band called the Ruffians. So why did you decide to cut some solo tracks this year?
Well, it seemed like a good time for me. It's been a long run with the Ruffians, and we're still playing, but I was anxious to get these songs done, and as life has progressed, we've all had different challenges and time constraints, so it was a good time for me to get these songs down.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed them. They still rock, even though they're solo songs, but they're not just quiet little bedroom recordings. These are full on rock songs.
Yeah, no, I was very lucky. I worked with great engineers and producers and phenomenal musicians. I wasn't looking to do an acoustic album. I was looking to definitely have a full on electric and rocking sound. So we accomplished that. So I was happy.
So you've released 3 songs this year. Do you have plans to release some more in 2026?
Oh yes, I have a single coming out in January called "Space Girls Won't Take No for an Answer," and then I have the album dropping in April.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, which is on Right Track Records, distributed by Universal.
Well, that's very exciting. I'm looking forward to that. Assuming that they're in the spirit of the songs you've already released this year, it should be a good one.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'll send you the link.
I appreciate it. So, this is a soundtrack podcast. So we asked you to pick a soundtrack, and you picked the 1993 Henry Selick film, The Nightmare Before Christmas, which is perfect for our holiday episode.
Thank you. Absolutely. Nightmare Before Christmas is just such a classic. It was so unique when it came out. You knew it was an instant classic. The style of animation and obviously Danny Elfman's music is always great.
Yeah, so being someone that is a musician himself, are you a fan of Oingo Boingo and Danny Elfman's non-film work as well?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, he's great. Dead Man's Party. I remember my older brother had that, so I certainly remember growing up listening to all kinds of Oingo Boingo songs. And then it was interesting. He kind of seemed to slowly transition into it. He had songs that were in soundtracks, and then he started scoring soundtracks, and it was very interesting. I mean, Batman was also amazing that he had done, but I really,
Right.
But it was, yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas was perfect because he really got to, kind of be in it and act it out in a very real way.
Yeah, and I think I read an interview with him saying that, he kind of took the inspiration of leaving Oingo Boingo into the Jack character, him getting kind of tired of the Nightmare Land and going and kind of wanting to branch out. It was kind of like a metaphor for him and his music career as well.
Oh, that's interesting. I could certainly see that. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I guess that's part of why people love it so much. I think a lot of people can relate to, being stuck in kind of one field of work and then wanting to kind of see what it would be like to be in a different field of work.
Absolutely, sure. And remind me what is your day job now?
Oh, I work in IT.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people can look, and especially this time of year with the film, being very much a Halloween film and a Christmas film, and I was reading that part of the inspiration I think behind it, Tim Burton, was seeing Halloween decorations, being in a store, and all of a sudden Christmas decorations, and kind of sometimes Christmas jumping in a little early, and vice versa, and Halloween kind of lingering into that. So that was the inspiration, I think, behind his idea initially, which is very interesting. And I think there's always that balance of, I mean, for example, I had a big pumpkin leaf bag in my front yard that yesterday I finally said, I think we are into our third week of Advent right before Christmas. I think I can finally dump these leaves down the hill and save this bag for next year. So it happens in small ways.
Yeah. And speaking of decorations in the Nightmare Before Christmas, I've seen Halloween Jack Skellingtons, and now I see Christmas Jack Skellingtons. So
Yeah.
it definitely works for both.
Absolutely. I was in Lowe's this week, and I think I saw an 8-foot tall Jack Skellington, with his hat and everything, and it was great. I know if I came home with it, I would have been in trouble.
Yeah. My kids are both like intrigued and terrified of Jack Skellington.
Definitely. How old are they?
3 and 6.
Oh, that's great. Great ages. Nice. Very fun.
So maybe just like a little too young for the movie, but
Yeah.
they're like, oh, Jack Skellington's in Christmas clothes. And I was like, well, he would like to be Santa Claus, but
Yes.
he's not very good at it.
No. In fact, they shot rockets at him and missiles. So, yeah, the thing I really loved about that film and the score, was just it was very interesting when Danny Elfman started doing more scores. Some of the vocal choir sounds that he started using that became kind of his sound, and a lot of the bell sounds, and these melodic minor keys that he really would use quite a bit in his things, and just transition. The orchestration was amazing as well, and I think it was just great, just taking it up to that next kind of level and a more orchestral approach.
Sure. And I don't think it was part of his plan, but with this film and with the Simpsons theme, he became kind of like a household name for like children, like he reached a new generation of fans, and it probably wasn't really something that he thought about very hard.
Yeah, no, I'm sure, but what kid couldn't get behind these things for sure.
Yeah, so with the soundtrack, he wrote, obviously he did the score and some, smaller pieces of music, but he wrote 10 songs for the movie.
Yes.
Which is a lot for a film. Usually when you're doing some sort of animated film, you usually get like 4 or 5 songs max, but they crammed all 10 into this movie, and it doesn't feel bloated because of it.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it's very operatic in a way. He managed to, or like writing a record. It's common to have 10 songs on a record, and it's almost like he was able to import a record into the film. It was very operatic. There was a lot of different themes and character development. So different characters had different songs, and that also helped, I think. So it wasn't just only through Jack's perspective. It was tying in Sally and the Oogie Boogie and his henchmen, and it was a great thing for sure.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I think is really amazing about this film, is being able to write for more than one character. I think I've done some songwriting in my past. Obviously, you write songs, to kind of put yourself in someone else's shoes. I feel like only certain people can do it.
I'm sure also having just amazing puppets. I mean, those all of those stop motion animation. I mean, if you saw one of those characters, they did such a great job. I think it would have inspired you if had you seen one or the drawings. I think it really would have been inspiring to say, oh, okay, I can really depart. Because I think that is the challenge as a songwriter. You can try to put yourself in someone else's shoes, but when you have something like that you're specifically writing for, and you can see this character kind of unfolding, I think in a way it might have made it a little easier.
Sure. Yeah, I read from an interview with Henry Selick saying that Jack alone has like 300 different like facial movements.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Which is, yeah. It's I don't even know if I have 300 facial movements.
I don't know that I do. You see more and more people, they've lost the movement of their forehead.
Yeah, especially in Southern California.
Wasn't going to go there, but yes.
Speaking of Sally, a lot of people really love Sally's song, and that is sang by Catherine O'Hara, who is, I think, underrated as both an actress and as just a singer in general.
Absolutely brought so much emotion to that. I remember when that came out, I was still pretty young, and I think a lot of people really connected with her character as well. I think a lot of young men were like, "Wow, I wish I could find some misfit girl like Sally," and so yeah, it was beautiful singing, brought a lot to the character, absolutely, and it's amazing how many years on, people are still emulating these characters or very intrigued by them and interested in them, and it kind of goes on all these years. It's amazing how long it's been.
Yeah, I believe it's 32 years now, which makes me feel really old because I remember being a kid and being like, "Oh, that movie looks cool."
Totally. Absolutely. Yeah, so she was great. She was great, and her theme was great, and songs were great.
Yeah, have you seen A Mighty Wind?
I have not.
It's a Christopher Guest film where it's kind of a mockumentary, and she plays kind of this folk singer, and she's playing the auto harp, and she's singing in that as well, and it's like, oh wow, she's got a really great voice, and it's like I shouldn't be surprised because she's so great in Nightmare as well.
Absolutely, and back then too, a lot of people were a triple threat, acting, singing, dancing, so it comes out of that vaudeville tradition.
Right. Catherine O'Hara is also in Beetlejuice, so she's worked with Tim Burton before, so she knows what to expect from him. And obviously, Danny Elfman has been working with Tim Burton forever now.
Yes.
I mean, he was working with Tim Burton even before this film. Are you a fan of any other Tim Burton, Danny Elfman productions?
I mean, of course, Batman was phenomenal as well, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was like a defining film. I mean, it's amazing what they brought to that, and obviously Edward Scissorhands was just unbelievable as well. Just the art direction.
Sure. Yeah, I'm also a big fan of Big Fish.
Oh my gosh, such a good film. My wife loves that film. I've seen that film so many times. I love that.
Yeah. Sometimes I forget it's a Tim Burton film.
Yeah, it's got a different kind of narrative style than his usual films. And there's certainly some oddball characters, but I don't know that it used to have this like kind of dark quality to a lot of his stuff for a little while, and then obviously he branched out. But yeah, that was such a great one. Kind of a lot of the circus oddball kind of people, and it was wonderful. And I loved at the end how it tied all together, all of these tall tales, and then they're at the funeral and you're seeing all of these people, and it really made you think like, oh wow, these were real people maybe that he was telling about all those years.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great film, especially if you are a storyteller. I think it really resonates.
100%.
So when The Nightmare Before Christmas was released, like everyone knows it is a Disney film, but when it was released, it was actually on Touchstone Pictures because Disney was like scared that people would find it like too scary and gothic for Disney.
Yeah, it's like it was Disney backdoor, right?
Right. It's like farming it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, after Gremlins, you never can, you can't be too careful as a filmmaker. Something that might be perceived as a kid's film. I mean, you had the whole world loving E.T., and then Gremlins came out, and they had to invent PG-13. So,
Right.
so I'm sure everybody's always a little like, how is this going to be received? But for sure.
Yeah, and so I think Disney like reclaimed it on one of the like later re-releases. They put the Disney thing before it, which is so funny because when Halloween hits, I'm like half an hour from Disneyland, and it's all Nightmare Before Christmas at Disneyland.
Wow. That's interesting. No, I've never seen what they must do for that. That must be amazing.
Yeah, they change up the Haunted Mansion ride. The whole ride becomes like a Nightmare Before Christmas ride.
Oh, fun. That's great.
Yeah, and they do great visuals, and it's funny that they're too scared. They're worried that people may not like it, but it's become like their marquee Halloween sort of
I,
property.
I can't even imagine what they must do in merch sales.
Oh, I know.
But who couldn't
It's
like
insane.
Zero? I mean, Zero the dog. I mean,
Oh yeah, my kids love Zero.
yeah,
They think Jack's scary, but Zero's great.
Zero's great. Oh, that's good. Very
Yeah.
fun.
So interestingly enough, when the movie came out, it wasn't like an instant hit. It did well, but it wasn't like, oh yeah, this is gonna be around for 30 years. The soundtrack I think debuted at like number 98 on the Billboard charts. So it's kind of a slow burn of to achieve the status that it has now.
For sure. I mean, but back in the day, you would have had VHS when it came out, and then you would have had, you know, um, DVDs. And I think it's probably those fans, those like rabid fans who just would always kind of keep it going. And then, it just kept it going all those years.
Yeah, and even the soundtrack was probably like in 1993. Like not everybody had a CD player.
Crazy. Probably came out in cassette.
It's probably cassette and CD, and people are probably dubbing their tapes to other friends, making
Certainly
bootleg copies.
mixtapes, yeah, with Nightmare Before Christmas. I could see it for sure.
So they ended up making a like a covers album. Have you heard that? The Nightmare Before Christmas, I
Oh
believe
my
it's called, the
goodness.
Revisited album.
No, I haven't heard of that. That must be amazing. Who's on it? Do you know?
So it's a bunch of different people. So we have uh, Marilyn Manson,
Oh, wow.
All American Rejects, Polyphonic Sprees, Corn, Rise Against. I think Fiona Apple did a song for it as well.
That's so fun. Wow. I'm surprised that like The Cure wasn't on it.
Maybe that would have been too on the nose.
Wow, that's so neat. Gosh, they
Yeah, I
should
believe
do a
that
new
came out
one.
in 2008.
Wow. Oh, I'm looking at this now. Interesting. Bonus covers. Very cool. I'll have to check that out. Thank you for letting me know.
Oh, no problem.
So great.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, it's influenced many people enough to get all those big names to
Yeah,
cover songs from it.
that's wild. That's so fun. Next Halloween, maybe I'll cover cover one of those songs.
Yeah, that'd be great. People would love it.
You can see that being fun for sure. I have to say, lately, if I were to think of the top songs off of that, I think just kind of tying in with my life and what's happening around here, getting ready for Christmas with six children. Um, that making Christmas sometimes, that like kind of droning, like making Christmas, as you're doing all of the things that a parent does, right, to get ready for Christmas. I certainly can can relate with that one. That's how I feel. It's like a little production. The elves are very busy this time of year, and I think also just it's amazing watching children because even though, of course, they know what's happening with Christmas and what's going to be happening, there's still that excitement every year, as if what is this? What's this? What's this?
Yeah.
That just that excitement, and I mean, obviously, we try to keep them focused on the real meaning of Christmas. But all children, they can't help it, especially, with Santa coming. They kidnap the Santa Claus, I think, is probably the next one that would be, I think, every child's dream. Not beating him with the stick, but throwing him in a bag and but holding him hostage until you get exactly what you want. I think that's probably every child on some level, I think, could definitely relate to those three for sure.
Yeah. And, kind of connected to Tim Burton is the Pee-wee Christmas special, which my kids love to watch.
Oh, man. Yeah, gosh, I haven't thought of him in a long time.
And it's got a similar vibe where it's like, I guess we should, Christmas is about thinking about others, but sometimes we get carried away with our own desires.
Certainly. Absolutely. So, which, obviously happens with Jack. I mean, he wants to make it his own, and that was kind of the whole point. He saw something new and wanted to take it over, and it didn't go so well.
Didn't go so well, but he's not a bad guy for trying.
Not at all. He certainly had good intention.
Just really bad results.
Bad results.
Which I think we can all relate to.
Oh yes, I certainly can. I feel like every year my wife opens what I get her for Christmas, and I'm always wondering and hoping that she'll like it, and it often gets returned. Wrong size, wrong color, something of that nature.
Or it gets, worn once and then never seen again.
Or that. Absolutely. So, well, that's great. So what do you have planned for the holiday season?
So my wife and I, we both come from pretty large family, so a lot of family time.
That's wonderful.
So, Christmas Eve with her family, Christmas Day with mine.
That's great.
And then I think, just trying to relax a little bit and see some friends.
That's good. Now, are you home usually on Christmas morning, or will you be with family like when you wake up?
We're going to do lunch with family this year.
That's great. I always found that challenging is, you kind of come from a big family tradition like myself as well. And, you're used to staying either at your mom's house or your, mother-in-law. And there's so many years that we finally had to put our foot down and just say, look, we want to wake up on Christmas morning with the kids waking up at home, because we did so many years at grandma's, which of course is wonderful, but you want to have those memories too in the house that they grew up in. So that's great when if you can reclaim that and get over for lunch. That sounds about like perfect balance.
Yeah. And so, with two little ones, especially a 3-year-old, you don't want to throw off her routine too much. So it's like, well, we got to just stay here, and then we'll get together. We'll get together, around lunchtime.
That's great. Well, that's wonderful if you can establish a routine. I feel like my life is constant moving chaos. So.
Oh, I mean, it is chaos, but you try to keep as many routines in place as possible.
Absolutely, that's great.
So outside of The Nightmare Before Christmas, Sean, do you have any other Christmas movies or specials that are like part of your rotation during this time of year?
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Oh my goodness. Absolutely. We saw Elf the other night. I have to say, I really love Elf, watching that. Every year, it's become a real classic. I don't know if you hear that train behind me. I'm sorry. We have, behind me, we have a tourist train up the road.
Okay.
And they do the whole, oh gosh, what is it? But anyways, so they always do that Polar Express. So,
yeah.
About every hour they do the horn. But so yeah, I love It's a Wonderful Life is another one. I mean, it's not Christmas without watching that. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful film. And trying to think some other favorite Christmas ones. Well, I have some older teenagers as well. So our youngest is 8. So we have an 8-year-old and a 10-year-old and a 13-year-old, 15-year-old, 18-year-old now, and 20-year-old. So the whole gamut. So Die Hard now, the older ones have realized that is now a Christmas film. So they saw that for the first time the other night. I was a little horrified. I hadn't seen that in, I feel like, decades, and realized, like, oh gosh, I still don't know what I think about even you watching this at 18. So, but yeah, there's some standouts, I think. Miracle on 34th Street, that's kind of becomes almost more of a Thanksgiving one, I think, for us. But what about yourself? Any other ones that you like?
So we always do the animated Grinch. The
Oh,
Grinch Stole
of
Christmas.
course. Oh, yes. All the cartoon ones, absolutely.
So Walmart has been doing ads with like a real life Grinch,
Oh.
person in makeup and stuff.
Oh,
And my
interesting.
daughter's like, that Grinch is too scary.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"All right,
And all those what is it? Rankin and Bask films like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer,
Mhm.
Santa Claus Coming to Town, all those top animation, which I'm sure, must have inspired part of Nightmare Before Christmas. But yes, all of those classic kind of, you'd always be, you'd see it in the TV guide when you were a kid. Our grandmother
Yep.
always would call us in the phone, Rudolph is going to be on this week. You'd be so excited.
Yeah, I mean, I remember being a kid and, being able to watch like a cartoon at night. Like, oh, it's a Thursday and I get to watch a cartoon? Like, this would be awesome.
Yeah, I feel like it came out at like 7:30 or something like that. It was great.
Yeah. So, yeah, we make those a part of the rotation as well. Let's see, it's Pee-wee the Grinch and obviously Charlie Brown.
Oh, yes. Classic. Little droopy tree. I feel like that's all been us different years. I know I watered
Yeah.
the tree. What happened? So, when do you put your tree up?
We put it up. We do it a week after Thanksgiving,
Oh, okay. Nice.
so the weekend after. So it's been up, but we have like a fake tree,
Mm-hmm.
and the oldest has started to notice, like, hey, when are we gonna get a real tree?
Sure.
And
Yeah.
then we show her. Then we show her the Charlie Brown Christmas, and we're like, it's still better than that tree.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, so we actually haven't gotten our tree up yet. So we're hoping to get that up soon. So we usually get a tree. But the needles, I tell you, they always die no matter what you do. No matter what you do, you're finding them sometimes a little corner here, under a rug. They seem to stay with you all year. So the fake tree might be the way to go some year, but hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, I mean, we use the excuse that it's a safety hazard because the kids are running around, and
Yes.
until they learn to respect that area, we can't have a real tree.
No, I understand.
We've had many broken ornaments already.
Oh gosh, I know. We have so many antique ornaments too that we've collected from over the years from, great great grandparents and things like that. And yeah, it's heartbreaking when you watch like an ornament fall off the tree from the 1920s because the kids were
Yeah,
horsing around. That's always a little sad.
yeah. So we're just being cautious, trying to keep the spirits in the house positive.
Do you have any of the characters that you've ever incorporated from Nightmare Before Christmas into your Christmas decorating?
No, but I think we'll probably end up getting some sort of Christmas Jack at some point.
Yes.
Like if there's like a nice Jack and Zero together.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we've had a few over the years. I remember we had like kind of I don't know if you remember those like flexible like Santas that were like bendy and they had like a wire in them. They're rubber. You could kind of like, or reindeers. So we had a version of Jack like that for a while, and that was really great. But I think the wire finally like popped out.
Oh no.
They got a lot of playing with. So
Yeah, I think my little one is getting intrigued by Sally, because she's like the really only girl in that cast, and
Yes.
she's like, oh, I like Sally. So maybe if there's like a Sally Christmas ornament, we could get that.
Yeah, that sounds great. Do you have any other traditions that that stick out for you for Christmas?
We're still coming up with traditions, but we are going to try to take the kids to see snow this year because we're in Southern California, so that is a novelty to them.
I was shoveling some this morning, so count your blessings.
Yeah. I grew up in the Midwest, so I know of snow.
You know.
But for them, it's like, I want to see snow.
Of course.
I'm like, well, yeah, because you're a kid and you don't have to, shovel snow or warm up the car engine for half an hour before you can drive it because it's so cold outside.
Absolutely. I know there's these automatic starters they're like a miracle now.
I know. And when I was a kid, those did not exist.
Yeah, we were the automatic starter. My dad would say, go start the car.
Yeah.
Just like we used to be the remote control, right? For the television too.
That's right. Yeah, I tried telling my daughters, I was like, you can watch, the Grinch special whenever you want. But when I was a kid, I would have to wait.
Yes.
For the day where they would put it on TV. And if I wasn't home that day, if I was somewhere else, I would have to wait till next year.
Absolutely. I've never even, and you think of all the TV shows that we grew up with that were syndicated. Now with things streaming, you can actually watch it in sequence, all seasons. And my kids have gone back and found old TV shows and watched them in order. Like I Love Lucy. I'm like, I never even, like, I Love Lucy never made any linear sense. It was just
right.
All, like there were so many things like that Gilligan's Island or all of those things that we would have had as kids. They were always just non-sequential. And it's just an embarrassment of riches. They can just go on a streaming thing and they see whatever they want any time of the year. It's certainly different than when we were young.
Yeah. Like my kids get so frustrated when they see commercials, like an ad in between,
Yes.
And they're like, oh, why is there this ad? And I'm like, you used to not be able to avoid them.
Yeah, there was no fast forward. There was no skipping. There was no paying extra.
It just used to be like, oh, I guess this is the right time to go use the bathroom.
That was always it. Can I make it to the bathroom and get back in time before the cartoon starts again?
Right.
Saturday morning.
They don't know these pains.
They don't know these pains. Well, the one thing that I think they did lose though a little bit is like that excitement of Saturday morning cartoons. Like there's a new cartoons that's coming out, and you watch them Saturday morning with your siblings, and that would be so fun. You'd be sitting there with your little TV tray, eating your cereal, watching
Right.
Saturday morning cartoons. My parents would be sleeping in, so happy for Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah. Now it's like, well, we can watch cartoons whenever we want.
Yes. It's a very different world. How did we survive? We might as well have been, fighting the saber-toothed tiger. It was so rough for us.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my kids to ask if if the world was black and white when I was growing up.
Sadly, for some people, the way they think, it still is.
Yeah, that's a different podcast, though.
Certainly. Lots of grays in there too. So, but it's amazing the things the kids ask.
Yeah. Let's talk about Christmas music. So, what are some of your go-to Christmas songs that you have to listen to when we're in the holiday season?
Well, I have to say, Christmas has always been great. I love Christmas in Killarney. That's a song that my mom always enjoyed. We had Bing Crosby White Christmas, and being of Irish background, Bing Crosby was, big thing. That record was always on, and he had a version of Christmas in Killarney. My mother would always ask me to play that for her, so I'd always have to sit down at the piano. I'm not really a pianist, so I can get around a little bit. So that was I'd always have to brush up because there was always a lot of Christmas caroling at home. So I would always be the one to play the piano, have to brush up a couple weeks before Christmas, make sure I could play everything because everybody sings in the family. So that was always really fun. That was certainly a standout. Obviously all the beautiful mass settings too. I mean, obviously going to church and hearing all of these old settings of the mass in Latin was always amazing, and still is. And you know, just Silent Night and those types of things. I did do a Christmas EP years ago with my band, the Ruffians, so that was kind of funny. We did a version of Christmas in Killarney that was very rocking, and then we wrote 4 other original songs. So with this Christmas song out, I mean, I'm at a point where I'm like, I've written six Christmas songs in my lifetime. So it just I'm starting to feel like it's going to be an annual thing. Yeah, those are all great. I think that I really enjoy "Merry Christmas, War Is Over" by John Lennon. I've always really liked the Ronettes version of "Sleigh Ride." I think the production on that is just amazing. Yeah, I even liked U2's version of "Baby Please Come Home." That was always great, I think. What about you? Any favorite Christmas songs?
The classic "Jingle Bells" by Frank Sinatra. That's
Yes.
we're a big fan of that one in the house. My daughter really loves a Christmas song that David Byrne wrote a few years ago.
Oh, cool.
It's called "The Fat Man's Coming."
Nice. I'll have to check
And
it out.
It is like her favorite David Byrne song. It's crazy. A 6-year-old's like, "Can we listen to the David Byrne Christmas song, Daddy?"
Well, she has good parents if you're, orienting them properly.
Yeah, I took her to see David Byrne a couple weeks ago. She loved it.
Oh,
Saw him in
wow.
concert.
That's amazing. First concert?
Yeah, we took her to see like a fireworks thing with Earth, Wind and Fire. No, Cool and the Gang.
Oh,
a couple
wow.
years ago. But this was like her first we're going to go see a concert.
That's so fun. And they liked it?
Yeah, she loves David Byrne's music, so she thought we were watching like a movie at first, because she's seen like Stop Making Sense and stuff. So she's like, "Oh, are there actually like people doing this now?" And I'm like, "Yeah, they're on stage. They're not. It's not a movie."
That's great. So did they have big screens then, like on each side of the stage or anything, or no?
We were in a theater, so they didn't have the screens on the side, but we had a good enough viewpoint where we could see everything that was going on.
Oh, wonderful. That's great.
So
Very fun.
yeah, so that's become a tradition in the house. Little Saint Nick by the Beach Boys.
Oh, yes.
I love that one. Andy Williams' Happy Holiday, the holiday season.
Very nice.
We really like that one. And then, just kind of like the classics, like The First Noel and Joy to the World.
Absolutely. Oh, Holy Night. All of those are great. Little Town of Bethlehem.
Yeah.
So many
My daughter was in a nativity play this morning, so
Oh,
she's
that's
very
great.
much into the spirit.
Was she an angel or what?
She was a shepherd.
Shepherd. Very nice. It's very good.
And they did a very modern take. So she was a shepherd who was taking care of a labubu.
What were they taking care of?
Labubus, they're like a stuffed animal that is very expensive.
Okay. I'm not familiar.
People are collecting. It's like the new Beanie Baby.
Oh, wow. See, shows you I'm out of touch. My goodness.
Your 8-year-old will probably know what a labubu is.
I'll have to ask her. Yes. We homeschool, so sometimes we're a little out of the loop. But
Oh, okay. It's nothing that she needs, so if she's like, "What's that?" be like, "Oh, I'm just making something up." She doesn't need to know.
that's fun though. That must have been really great.
Yeah, they did a fun the premise was the kids were telling the story, so it's a bunch of like pop culture references to like Bluey and stuff like that. So
Wow, that sounds fun.
she had a blast.
Yeah, we certainly have plenty of Bluey.
Bluey, K-pop Demon Hunters, all that stuff.
Yeah, that's another one I wasn't familiar with, but I have a niece, and my poor sister had to make the costume and for one of her daughters, and it was
Wow.
very
Yeah.
involved. It was very involved. I was worried she wasn't going to make it in time, but she pulled it off.
I think that was the most popular kids Halloween costume this year.
Oh, wow.
one of the K-pop Demon Hunters girls.
Oh, that's great. And what about the other one? What were they?
She just watched. She did a Christmas performance on Friday for her preschool. And
Nice.
she was like, I'm just gonna watch my sister do this one.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, we have a nice they call it the Snowflake Festival in our neighborhood. I'm in Kingston, New York. It's the first capital in New York. It was a Dutch settlement, so very historic. And they have a nice horse and carriage ride through the neighborhood, and they have, all the lights are up, and they have hot chocolate and
Oh,
singers,
that's
and
fun.
so it's pretty old school feeling, but yeah, really fun night. So that was the other a couple days back, but that was quite cold. I have to say, it was certainly a cold day. I had to run back and get. Thank God we didn't live far. So people are like, I need another hat. I need a pair of socks. Just
Right.
running back and forth, but it was all worth it.
Well, that sounds fun. I wish we had something like that over here, but we're in a very suburban area, so we not a lot of character here. But we do usually go to the city tree lighting ceremony,
Oh, nice.
and that's usually
That's
a lot
great.
of fun. So we try to keep. I guess that's one of our traditions is the tree lighting ceremony.
Oh, there you are. I think it froze for a minute, but that's wonderful. Very cool. Yeah, for a while we had so there's an old Dutch church here in the neighborhood, and for a while they were doing a live nativity on the weekends, and they had like a real donkey, and
Wow.
it just had it outside. Different people took took turns, being Joseph or Mary or it's the shepherds, and that was pretty interesting. But I didn't see it this year, so it was pretty neat. We also used to have it sadly went away, but we used to have this thing was called Sinterklaas. I don't know if you're familiar, but Sinterklaas was it's a Dutch tradition for Saint Nicholas, and which they call Sinterklaas. He comes over on a boat. They would have him come, and they would have all of these marching bands playing crazy like Christmas stuff, and they'd be on stilts, and there were giant puppets, and it was the most amazing thing. And it had a good 10-year run, but they didn't have enough volunteers, sadly, so it hasn't happened the last 2 years. But that was quite something. It was like the Whoville meets Mardi Gras, but Santa Claus. It was pretty wild.
Yeah, that sounds like a great time.
It was
It also sounds like a lot of work.
a ton of work, and it was so homespun. It never had like corporate sponsorship, so it never became like commercialized. It always felt very homespun. So it's probably why they ran out of money, but it was nice not seeing it just being like brought to you by.
Right. Yeah, the closest thing that I have to that, which is going to sound very, very lame, but so I work on a college campus,
Oh yeah.
and all the departments have different golf carts to get around this campus, and they do a golf cart parade where the different departments kind of dress it up for the
Awesome.
holidays, and then they do a parade, and they do that around campus. They did that last week, and it's always fun to see the concepts that people come up with that, and
That sounds
they're
super
not
fun.
yeah, it's fun, and there's not a huge budget for these things, but people are really creative and they're really into it, and even the snarkiest student can't they'll even crack a smile and watch.
That's fun. What did you guys do for your cart?
I wasn't in the planning process, so I just like caught the parade, so I wasn't
Sure,
able
sure,
to
sure.
pick out which department did what, so I'm out of the loop. But I don't know. It's just a fun thing to do every year, and they're
That's nice.
blasting music, and
I do have to say, in the age of everything being battery, it's amazing you can have all these battery lights now and things like that so easily. When we were kids, my goodness, there was always some extension cord that was shorting out, or a fuse that you had
right.
to change, or some light socket that would be missing, so it would always get a shock. It's very different now. You could probably do all kinds of amazing stuff with the golf cart.
And you have like you have sockets that are on timers where you can have it, go on at certain times of the night, and
Absolutely.
you don't have to go outside and turn it off or unplug it. Just
It's wild.
ah.
It's fun.
If only we had these things when we were kids.
If only. But we survived.
Yeah, we survived. Now, my kids don't understand, like, oh, you didn't have inflatable things that came up at night when you were kids? Like, no, it's just Christmas lights.
Yeah. I know I saw, the abominable snowman from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer I saw the other day.
Mm-hmm.
This thing was so tall. I mean, it was like, it must have been 20 feet tall. It was so huge.
Yeah, we have some neighbors that have things that are like, that go up to their roof.
It's good. So who knows? Maybe Jack Skellington one year, someone will get a big blow up one. But hasn't.
Yeah, I've seen an Oogie Boogie that's
Ooh.
like 20 feet tall.
That's awesome. It's very, very cool.
Yeah, there was one year where like there were an abnormally large amount of Oogie Boogies in my neighborhood, and I was asking my wife, I was like, do you think like there was some sort of sale that we didn't hear about some clearance sale on Oogie Boogie inflatables?
That's great. That's fun. So, is your wife also in IT, or were you able to? Is she home or?
She works. So she works in healthcare on
okay.
the business side.
Nice. Yeah.
So she just had her company party and came home with a box of homemade cookies.
Oh my God.
So that was always fun.
Yes, my wife was at a Christmas party last night and came home with so many cookies and cannolis and bits of cake, and
Ooh.
that was, I'll be honest with you, that was breakfast this morning. I made a bad choice.
No judgment here.
I'm sure that my usual 10 to 12 pounds between Thanksgiving and Christmas, I'm always working hard to get rid of, but I've just accepted this is what happens every year. So
Yeah, I mean, if someone's bringing back homemade cannolis, how can you say no?
how do you say no?
And you can't let those things sit around or they'll go bad.
And then it's a waste.
And then it's a waste. Where's your holiday spirit in letting cannolis go bad?
That's right. We did make some, so we made some saffron buns this week. I don't know if you've ever had those for St. Lucy's Day.
Oh, I don't think so. Those sound really good, though.
Yeah, it's really nice. St. Lucy, it was her day is December 13th. And the great thing about being in the States is we get all cultures. So any Christian holiday that looks good, we do it at home. So St. Lucy, she wore a wreath on her head. I don't know if you might have seen a picture of this, and she had candles like on the wreath, and she would let. So she went in years back. She had this because she was always bringing in these buns to people in the catacombs, and that was kind of how it became this tradition. But saffron buns are absolutely delicious, and we made those, and saffron's very expensive, I have to say, by the pound, but it's totally worth it the once a year that we do it. I actually wound up making a second batch, so I'm finishing those up.
I'm definitely going to look into those.
Yeah, they're good. They're really nice.
Saffron buns.
Yeah. So you take a little bit of milk and you put the saffron in it, and so you like warm up the milk with the saffron in it, and it flavors the milk, and it turns it kind of a yellow, almost like a golden milk. And then you make the dough, and you proof it, roll it, put raisins in it. It's nice.
Ah. I was gonna say maybe I'll try it next year. I was like, it's not Christmas yet. I could.
You've got time.
Next week.
You've got time.
You got time. Very cool.
Have you made any cookies for the season yet? Did you make Christmas cookies?
We have not, but I think we're making some tonight because we're having some friends come over.
Oh, good for you. That's great. That's wonderful. Yes, production. It's always we have so many cookie cutters. It's the one time of the year they actually come out, and
right.
I feel like we have hundreds of them.
For the kids, it makes the cookies taste that much better.
It's so much better. It's wonderful. So
well, very cool. So thank you, Sean, for being on the podcast.
Oh gosh, thank you so much. I hope you have a really happy Christmas. Anyone who's interested, please check out my Christmas song, I'm in Love for Christmas. I'm on Instagram, and my website is SeanGriffinOfficial.com. mintmobile.com. And I appreciate you having me so much. Thank you.
Yeah, it was great talking to you. It was great talking about the holiday. We'll put links to your website and your social media and stuff on our show notes as well.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you for taking out some time in your busy schedule to talk with me, especially around the holidays, because we know everything's super packed during the holidays.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
So have a happy holidays to you and your family. And this will come out right before the holiday.
Awesome. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. You know, one of the perks about having 4 kids that you know about is actually getting a direct line to the big man up north. And this year, he wants you to know the best gift that you can give someone is the gift of Mint Mobile's unlimited wireless for $15 a month. Now, you don't even need to wrap it. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.